The Vison High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vison Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, welcome and thanks for joining us at the Vison Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County, beginning with our weekly honor roll of high school teams. Brought to you by Solino and Barnes. The honor roll of high school teams is brought to you by Solino and Barnes.
Solino and Barnes, injury attorneys, call 888-8888.
Don't wait. Call or text 8.
At number 3 this week, Aquinas football, which got off to a good start with a 33-20 win over Christian Brothers Academy of Syracuse. Ernest Edwards scored 4 touchdowns 3 different ways. And number 2, Penfield girls volleyball, which won the title at its own 25-team event. Aaliyah Steigerwald had 31 assists in the title match against Webster Schrader and was named the tournament MVP. And at number 1, Webster Schrader boys soccer, which had a 3-win week. 8 goals were scored by 6 different players. Which brings us to our Bill Gray's Team of the Week. The Bill Gray's Team of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Bill Gray's Restaurants, a proud sponsor of high school athletics. We're off to Hilton, where the Cadets boys soccer team is under new management. Things are different in Hilton this year. Matt Ellicott is a veteran soccer coach. He moved up from the modified program after former coach Ken Krause advanced into administration. Ellicott inherits a team that was a sectional finalist a year ago.
I think the biggest change is that we've really focused on ball retention. It's not about sending the ball long and chasing it. It's about you moving the ball through your teammates to get to our goal, which of course is a goal.
Ellicott brings a distinctively continental approach to the game, a native of Manchester, England. A hot spot for soccer if there ever was one. Matt is expanding his players' vocabulary too.
Has he said anything, done anything that made you guys kind of laugh or something?
Yeah, he'll throw in a couple words like wowzers every once in a while after a bad shot or something. He'll throw one of those out there.
So a bad shot is a wowzer?
Wowzers, yeah, a wowzer.
As much as style and decreasing those wowzers might help the Cadets, the return of center midfielder Simon Garneau might mean more. Garneau skipped his junior year at Hilton to play at the club level for the Empire Revolution Academy team. Elite clubs force players to choose between club and school.
I definitely feel like I upped my game. I learned new things. It's nice to hear things from a different perspective. Like my dad's been my coach my whole life. So with new coaches and new players around me, because they're from Buffalo and Syracuse and Rochester, so it's nice to play with different people and get a feel for what they know so you can give them information about what you know back.
The biggest readjustment for Garneau will be playing before real crowds again, something he looks forward to.
Yeah, last year with the academy, like you don't get that underneath the lights and just the whole atmosphere. Like you had day games and not a lot of people show up. You don't get to see your friends at the game, so I'm really excited.
Did you miss that?
Yeah, that's a big part of my return to school soccer, I think.
When we return, what Lindsay Stone does for an encore when the Vison High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Vison High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. It is time now for our honor roll of high school athletes, which is brought to you by the Injury Free Coalition for Kids. Driving's a lot like the game of baseball. It's the one who gets home safely that counts. Please remember to always wear your seatbelt and to focus only on driving when behind the wheel of a car. This message courtesy of the Allstate Foundation and Injury-Free Coalition for Kids Smart Teen Driving Program. Here's a look at our countdown. At number 3, former Pittsford swimmer P.J. Ransford. The 2014 Sports Beat Male Athlete of the Year was named to the United States National Swim Team. He is one of 6 swimmers at 1,500 meters. At number 2, from our Team of the Year in 2015, the Greece Athena boys soccer team, Ryan Lindemann scored 3 goals as the defending state champions won their opener over Spencerport 4-1. And at number 1, another Trojan team, Athena football star Taylor Grandison ran for 309 yards and scored 4 touchdowns against HFL. And now the Parisi Speed School presents our Athlete of the Week. Parisi Speed School has open enrollment year-round. Visit ParisiRochester.com or call 585-381-3278 for more details. Parisi Rochester, train to win. Which brings us to Pittsford, where the 13-time defending Section 5 girls swim team may be stronger than ever. So here's a scary thought. That Pittsford girls swimming juggernaut returns all the participants from 2 state champion relay teams, including 2 swimmers who have already qualified for Olympic trials. And among the team goals is to qualify the entire varsity roster for states.
It's always fun to swim individually, but getting in those relays and being able to sprint, showing kind of a different side is always really fun, and just being with other girls is always great and sharing that victory.
Lindsay Stone is the 2-time All-Greater Rochester Swimmer of the Year, the most decorated among this talented group. Lindsay came home with 4 state championships last year, individually in the 200 and the 500, along with the aforementioned relay medals. What to do for an encore?
Yeah, we're definitely raising the bar. We've got a lot more in store. The training's definitely getting a lot harder, and I'm prepared for that. And the goal times keep going lower, so I'm ready to keep pushing myself, and I have no doubt that I've got more to show, and I'm just excited for the next 2 years.
Lindsay is still just a junior at Pittsford Sutherland, but has already posted an Olympic trial qualifying time.
I've got the 800 cut, and Katie Smith, my training buddy, has the 50, so we're headed out to Omaha next June. So before you know it, it'll be here.
While a trip to Rio next summer is unlikely, Stone will find herself in the prime of her swimming career in 2020 when Tokyo hosts the World Games. Meanwhile, the process continues at the high school level following 2 weeks of 4-hour practice sessions, 6 days a week. Do you tolerate the practices or do you actually enjoy them?
It really depends on the day, but Coach always tells me that you have to enjoy the process. It's more the process than the end. So if you don't enjoy the process, you're not going to reach that end goal that you want. So you really got to enjoy it. I know sometimes when I'm in the water, I'm like, one more, but once you get through it, I mean, everyone's smiling when they get out of here, so I think by the end, we've all had a good time.
I smiled for a while though.
Kim Burnson has our Wegmans Making the Grade honoree next. Later, late season-like rivalry game highlights the first week of the football season. When the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues.
Welcome back and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes on and off the playing field. Our student highlight this week is Spencerport High School's Victoria Ortiz for Making the Grade. Victoria is a senior 2-sport athlete at Spencerport. She's a shooting guard on the varsity basketball team and plays golf in the warmer months. Thanks to her dad, Victoria's been a standout golfer since a young age, and her love of the sport has allowed her to play even when her high school's varsity team wasn't an option. Up until this year, you could catch Victoria out on the course with a completely different team, the boys team. Since girls golf is new to Spencerport, Victoria has spent the last 3 seasons playing with the guys and won Most Improved in 2015. Now, she's seen as a leader, helping pave the way for younger players, and she even serves as an assistant to a PGA Golf Pros mentorship program where she coaches youth golfers. As a National Honors student, Victoria looks to further her education next year in the physical therapy field, where she's already held an internship through the Student Learning Program. Thanks to her hard work and determination in her athletics and academics, this week Victoria Ortiz is making the grade. If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Section 5 calendar.
Here's a look at the Section 5 calendar for the upcoming week, beginning on Tuesday with a great boys volleyball matchup. Penfielders at McQuaid with the tip-off at 6 o'clock. On Wednesday, a little West Side soccer with Spencerport playing at Hilton. It's boys game. Thursday, field hockey. Two traditional powers have at it with Pittsford Mendon playing at Brighton at 5 o'clock. To the football weekend, two really good matchups for Saturday. Greece Athena travels to Canandaigua. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff. At the same time, the best public school programs have at it when Rush Henrietta hosts Pittsford at 2. And now for the Mark's Pizzeria Top 5 High School Football Plays of the Week. Mark's Pizzeria is proud to support student athletes who work hard on the field, in the classroom, and in their communities. Here are the top 5 football plays for high school football in Week 1. At number 5, Greece Arcadia playing at Brockport. This is Arcadia's Reggie Clark taking the kickoff and going 75 yards with it. Do not believe he was touched. At number 4, Hilton playing at Fairport, and out of the shotgun, the Raiders' Keyshawn Howard to Mike Sabatine. Do not believe he was touched either. To number 3, and we have Rush Henrietta playing at McQuaid. Rush, one of the real top teams in the area. And a familiar hookup here is Jared Gerbino to Joseph Ortiz. This one goes for 62 yards. Nice stop on the dime out there to complete the play by Ortiz. Rush rolls to the victory. At number 2, HFL playing at Greece Athena. Another one of these teams that's really going to be fun to watch this year. The near lateral pass to Kenny Speed, who does all the rest. Goes 80 yards for the touchdown, and Athena wins its opener. And at number 1, this is the season's opener kickoff for these two teams. Pittsford hosting Churchville Chili, and it's Josh Mack picks his way through the clutter and goes 100 yards for the score. Pittsford laid 70 points on the Saints in the season opener. Mack scored 4 touchdowns to highlight week number 1. While on the topic of high school football, up next, our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week is in Irondequoit, when the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat continues. Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us at the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. It is time now for the Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week. Pumpkin is back at Dunkin' Donuts. Hurry in for pumpkin-flavored coffee or latte, or indulge in the new pumpkin cheesecake square. Enjoy all of Dunkin' Donuts pumpkin flavors today before they're gone. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. They're not supposed to play high school football games like this early, but they did. Our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week is in Irondequoit, where East met West.
Down.
It's the kind of football game that did not need a build-up. The intertown football rivalry is red hot.
We talked to our guys that this is almost playoff atmosphere on week 1. It's hard to replicate a playoff game right away, but this is as close as we're going to get.
Irondequoit knocked the two-time defending sectional champion Lancers out of the tournament semifinal round last year on the way to their own championship.
This is a great rivalry. It's been for a long time. That's a good football team across the way.
Hey, you know, it was a great watershed year for you guys last season. Are you really looking forward to building on that?
Yeah, the kids are excited. The community's excited. We're ready to get it going.
Eastridge got the ball first and produced a statement-making drive. C.J. Turner, with the game's very first carry, picked up 14 yards. He and quarterback Bobby Albritton make a formidable pair. Albritton to Turner in the flat for another 25-yard gain. On the very next play, Jake Tyrowski picked up the touchdown, capping a 10-play, 66-yard drive. It was 7-0 Lancers. It was Irondequoit's turn. Senior Christopher DeCesar is listed at 5'7", but he runs big, picking up 14 yards for the Eagles. Then converting a drive-saving 4th and 2, it's Tyree Peace with a 3-yard gain. That made a field goal attempt possible. One of the section's best, senior Daniel Tett, made it a 7-3 game. Still, Irondequoit needed to demonstrate an ability to stop the Lancers. On their second possession, they drove 74 yards for another score. Curtis June scored the game's second touchdown to make it a 13-3 contest with 2:26 still left in the first quarter. Heading into the second quarter, Irondequoit began to get the hang of defensing Eastridge. A big play occurred when senior linebacker Connor Oakes stopped Albritton for an 11-yard loss. The Eagles had back-to-back stops.
How important was that play, do you think?
I think it was a huge play. After that, I could definitely see we were in control at that point.
Irondequoit's offense fed off the D, and the Eagles pieced together a late first-half 71-yard drive. Big number 58, Cameron Rohr, normally an interior lineman, drove for a 21-yard gain. DeCesar wound up in the end zone after a 10-yard pickup. Irondequoit was down just 13-10 as the game reached halftime.
You guys are really pulling your weight tonight. You guys are already stepping in, bullets are flying, right? We're gonna run from the fire or run to the fire? That's what we're gonna do.
They're scared. They are scared because you kept coming after them, kept coming after them, kept coming after them. They're gonna have to come up with a whole lot more in the second half, and they just don't have enough guys. They have great players, but not enough of them.
Right? We have the ball. We have the ball. How about this? We drive all the way down, we score, they go down, and we crush them on defense. All right?
Irondequoit got the ball first in the second half, and just 2 plays in, DeCesar got loose. For 55 yards, and just 50 seconds into the third quarter, the Eagles had their first lead of the game, 17-13.
It was a 45. I took a left or a right jab, and then I looked up, I cut in, and then I cut out, and then I saw open field. And I just kept running. I didn't look back.
Eastridge, meanwhile, found itself without the services of starting quarterback Al Britton for the second half, and fellow junior Justin Durleth was intercepted by Irondequoit's Daniel Harris, killing the Lancers' first possession. The next time, they kept it on the ground, and Curtis June broke off the game's biggest play. A senior who played for Irondequoit last season went 73 yards for a touchdown against them to give the lead back to Eastridge.
I was at Irondequoit, then we ended up moving here with my mom. She bought a house, and we went back at Eastridge. It's been a tough road, but here to stay.
That's kind of weird. I mean, and then you wind up with the biggest play of the game against a team that you won a championship with.
That's very weird. I mean, I had to forget about them for this game, and they're my enemies, but at the end of the game, they have my heart.
It was 2017 Lancers as the game moved into the fourth quarter. With Al Britton still out with a cramp, Jake Tronowski found himself carrying the ball more, adding a power element to the Eastridge attack, and Durleth settled in at quarterback.
What was the situation in that, they decided they had to go to you in the second half of a pretty tight game?
The first string quarterback had a cramp, and I saw that, so I knew I had to warm up, and the coaches let me know, and then I just went in and I did my thing.
Turner scored a touchdown, this time from 29 yards out, to all but put it away with 4:03 left, 26-13.
You and the quarterback early on, 1 and 2, you carry the ball almost exclusively. Is that the plan too?
It's teamwork again. Whatever works right now. I mean, everybody's a playmaker on that team. We have athletes at all positions. Bobby, number 2, he cramped up today, but I guarantee you'll see a lot better from him next week.
Faced with having to pass, Irondequoit quarterback Sean Mannion was picked off by Rashad Smith Biggest game of the first week of the football season was in the books. 33-17, Eastridge defeats Aronico. We would like to thank all of our Sports Beat sponsors.
Especially the 11 dealerships in the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.